Hi everyone, welcome to Did That Age Well? I'm your host Molly Smith, and today, oh my gosh, what a treat! My guest today, you know her from her sketch comedy all around Denver and New York. You know her for her stand-up comedy. You know her from other artistic endeavors that I can't wait to hear about. Gabby Gutierrez Reed, welcome to the pod.
Hi, hello.
Hi. What do you have going on? What's going on?
In my life?
Yes, life, professionally. Let's talk for a little while. We were just saying
Yeah.
that the other two podcasts in here canceled today, so we could be here all day.
Yeah.
If you want to just, let it out.
I'm ready. I'm going to cancel my show tonight.
Cool.
I don't need
all
to
right.
do it.
You don't need to do it.
What is going on in my life? Stand up?
Mm-hmm.
Making sketches.
Great.
And then I think I told you about a pilot I'm making this summer.
Yay, that's right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it.
It's called Paranormal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically like Twin Peaks meets Supernatural meets Mallrats.
Fun. I love.
Yeah, I'm so excited to make this with my friends. We've spent basically over a year and a half. Like, we wrote it, we polished it.
Yeah.
We filmed the first 2 pages to put on our Seed and Spark campaign that we're gonna launch in a couple weeks.
Oh my gosh, how exciting.
Yeah, it's like a film specific fundraising website, and we have everything secured, like the cinematographer, all the people for the crew, and almost the locations. But
Almost.
yeah,
Cool.
almost. It's hard.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. How long is the fundraiser campaign going to be running?
It is going to be running for about 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. And it's starting in a couple of weeks from like when we're recording this.
Yeah, so maybe when it's released, that will be up.
That is perfect. Okay, so we'll put it in the show notes. Link to the fundraiser.
Heck yeah.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I can't wait to see it. Can't wait for all of our listeners to give you $1 million bajillion dollars for it.
Hopefully.
Turn out, everyone, okay?
Fake money, monopoly money, $1 million bajillion.
Crypto. Just kidding, don't.
Crypto.
Actually, I've brought you here today to give you an offer that you can't refuse.
Oh my gosh.
It's crypto. Okay, so Gabby, today we're talking about Never Been Kissed, and I need to know what you were like in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
This movie really resonated with me. I saw it when I was like maybe 10 though.
Yeah, I saw it when I was pretty young too.
Yeah. But in high school, I wasn't like straight up Josie Grossi, but I was really quiet and like I had friends and like some people knew who I was, but a lot of people didn't or remembered my name at all, but which is totally fine because high schools are big and life isn't all about you, even though it feels like it.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like minor, I got slightly bullied in elementary school and middle school, but I like stood up for myself. I was kind of a violent child. However,
rock and roll.
In high school, it was just like tiny things. It wasn't like super.
Yeah.
I didn't have an egg thrown at my face on prom night.
On prom night. That's good.
Yeah.
What was your prom experience like? Did you go to prom?
Yeah, I did go to prom. I did have a boyfriend at the time. Don't like him so much anymore.
Yeah, ooh, he's an enemy of the pod.
Yeah, but no,
he knows who he is.
He's a person that is a little, messed up my life for a little bit. However,
yeah, totally.
That night was pretty fun. Hung out with like a friend or two, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't really vibe with high school.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't like my time.
Yeah. You were not blossoming. You were not in a place of I'm really popular and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
And that's fine.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. When I was in high school, I was like very studious. I was like, school is everything. School is important. And don't talk to me because I'm doing my homework. I had friends too, but I didn't really date in high school. I was kind of just like, I'm too busy studying, obviously, because I'm better than all of you, was sort of my mentality.
Honestly, that's great.
Thank
you
so much.
Like, dating in high school, I think, should be illegal.
Let's outlaw it. Yep. Let's outlaw it.
I think people shouldn't be able to have sex till they're 25. So our brains are not developed.
Yeah.
We're losing it all the time hormonally, like this.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to know more about was, okay, so Josie in this movie, it's not that she's never actually been kissed. She just hasn't had that like, ooh, kind of magical kiss.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about her dating history. I want to know more about her sex life. I wanted to know more about like, okay, well, what did she do? You know?
Yeah, it was just a callback to high school. It wasn't like,
right.
Maybe if they had a longer runtime, they could have like gone through all the dating.
Yeah, I wanted to know like what happened from high school to 25. I mean, I guess we can assume that she like went to Northwestern and she was successful and then became a copy editor.
But, like, dream job.
Yeah, hello. Copy editors get assistants? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Like, she had an assistant.
And once you do make it like in the copy editor world, like you are fucking your secretary. So it's like super cool.
It's like, yeah, absolutely. You're fucking your like incel assistant or whatever. That's exactly right.
So appropriate.
100%. Okay, do you think that like, okay, so she goes undercover in this movie. Do you think that if you were Josie had never been kissed, that you would have been able to keep the secret that you were 25 and not 17?
If I was an undercover reporter?
If you were an undercover reporter, would you be able to do the job without cracking?
I think at 25, I would have been able to do it, and I wouldn't have fallen in love with my teacher.
Sure.
And I probably would have just like done my job.
I feel 100% confident that you would have done your job. Yeah. I think you would have been very professional, and you would not have taken this like, I think ultimately Never Been Kissed is a story about people with unresolved trauma and maladaptive coping skills.
Which is a better story.
It is.
So I don't think that she should have done her job properly. I think that
it would have been a little bit boring.
Yeah. Everything from the inappropriate teacher-student behavior to the inappropriate David Arquette, her brother.
Yeah.
Dating a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Going to prom. For his baseball career. And her whole job. John C. Reilly not believing in her.
Of course.
Molly Shannon having sex with everyone in the office.
Yeah.
Everything for that movie is perfect, even though it didn't age well.
Even though it didn't age well, it also is perfect.
Yeah.
100%.
It's just all... I was listening to a song this morning, putting on my makeup, and...
Oh, she getting ready.
I got ready. I woke up. I think it's a song by Far Side, but it was like Moments at a Time, or so, I can't remember. It's something like that. That's the title of the song. But just kept repeating like life's a moment in time or something, and I was like, you know what? Wow, this is like today.
Wow.
Yeah,
it is a moment in time. Oh my god. Gabby, let's end it right there. There we go.
This is it. Everything's just moments in time, and
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And here we are. Okay, so when I was in high school, I actually did have a hot English teacher who later it came out that he was fraternizing with students.
Fraternizing
as in
actually
like he had sex with an 18-year-old girl.
Whew, that's a good word for that, fraternizing.
Yeah,
clarify.
Because it wasn't like. Can you explain further for the jury? So there was one student that it is known that he had sex with, one girl who was 18.
Who was 18? But that's,
it's
infuriating.
But there were other instances in which like he had relationships with students that were just like weird and inappropriate, sort of like in the realm of Josie and her teacher in this movie, where it's like, yeah, he didn't fuck her, but he was still acting really inappropriately. But when I was in high school, I just thought he was like the hot English teacher. So
at your school, yeah. It's wild how That's what I mean. It's like our brains are not fully developed.
No.
We don't understand what's going on.
Not at all.
When I watched this movie, I was like, he's so hot.
I know. When I watched this movie, I was like, wow, I really, like, they were on the Ferris wheel, and I was like, kiss, kiss, kiss.
But really, the cool people in the movie are the nerds.
Obviously, yes.
What is...
Her name is...
something with a G.
Arlo or something.
Maybe?
It starts with an A.
It does?
Hold, please. The cool, the cool nerd girl, the one who we like.
Yeah.
Atlas.
Atlas? Oh my god, what a cool name. Aldous. I probably heard Gladys in my head.
Yeah.
But I also, totally thought that she was super cool and hot.
She is super cool and hot.
But she's actually the cool person in the movie. And the teacher that they wrote is like...
I found out that this movie was actually based on a true story is a very loose way to put it, but there was a woman who went undercover as a high school student. She was working for the San Francisco Chronicle, and she was doing an expose on underfunding of schools after the state's Proposition 13 property tax reduction. Yes, that's correct. So basically she to
do that.
Why would you need to go undercover? And so then she befriended all these people. She joined the cheerleading squad. She was involved. And then when she revealed that she was not a high school student, her friends were really mad. Can you imagine if one of your closest friends in high school was like, JK, I'm here to report how shitty your school is as a result of this tax cut, and I'm in my 20s.
That's not even I would be like, that's not even a good reason.
It's not even a good reason.
I'd be like, what are you doing with your life?
You couldn't just have somebody, even if they just had someone go undercover as a teacher, wouldn't that be better?
That would be so much smarter.
Yeah.
And you would be able to talk to the other teachers who might have more information on this.
Rather than be so what's the social life of these students in this underfunded school?
So if this was made in real life, there's this cheerleader who's talking to a teacher being like, so what do you use your money on?
Wow, these textbooks look like shit.
Yeah.
What else are you spending your money on?
Are you willing to buy me a new backpack? That's where it gets inappropriate.
That's exactly. That's where it gets a little saucy.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was so baffling that this person actually did it and got away with it.
Yeah.
And then later, of course, it blew up her life. So.
I feel like if I was her friend,
yeah,
at me being the person that I am, I would have been like, I totally get it.
Girl, I get it. As long as you quote me directly, first and last name in that article.
Yeah.
Maybe get a picture of me in there. Yeah.
It's actually okay.
Yeah. I'd be like, let me help.
Yeah.
How can I help?
Who forced you to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you okay?
Blink twice if you're not okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also need to talk about how her assistant's name is Merkin.
Yeah. That guy.
Yikes. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know his name, but I really like that actor.
Yeah, he's a funny little character actor who you kind of see all over.
I think he's in It's Always Sunny.
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is.
recurring character actor.
Yeah. He's so unhinged. I love him.
Yeah.
And he's such an incel in this movie, and it's pretty funny. He's like, yeah, can you believe that crazy bitch is my superior? Men will rule the world.
Yeah. And they, are still holding on.
Still do. And they still do. And men named Merkin, assistants named Merkin, they're still out there.
Headsets and cows to decorate their cubicles. The set design is really fun.
It's so funny.
This movie.
Yeah, it's so silly.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so in the beginning of this movie, the way that they try and make Drew Barrymore look drab is so funny. They're like, okay, so obviously this is a hot person that we're trying to make look pretty nerdy. Similar to the hot, nerdy girl. We decided her name was Aldous, right? Aldous? Aldous.
Aldous?
Aldous.
Aldous.
Aldous. Hot Aldous. So it's not creepy when I say that this high school student was hot, because she was probably.
Let's just clarify.
Let's clarify.
Molly is not being creepy.
Let's clarify that I'm not into high school students, okay?
All these people are 25 and up.
Exactly.
And this movie, now they're like in their 40s.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling myself.
That's exactly what I'm saying too.
Listen.
And also, when I first watched this, I was much younger than these people. And I still was like, wow, that girl is so pretty.
As a 10-year-old, I was very into high schoolers. Which is so weird.
But it's not creepy because we were 10. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Let's analyze the psychology of having a crush on someone.
Right, exactly. From a teen movie. It's something that we deal with often on this podcast. They're like,
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
but we have to talk about how hot they are, but also they're playing a high school student.
Yeah.
But they did this to us, you know?
Yeah.
Not the actors, but, you know, casting. They're like, okay, we got to make these, especially when they're like, we got to make these hot people look drab and then give them a big old glow up. And the way that they make Drew Barrymore look like she is a weathered 55-year-old woman is so funny to me.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Anytime that somebody tries to make a hot person look not hot in Hollywood, it's like,
let's change the color of her face.
let's just absolutely wash her out and give her a different hair color.
And she's gonna be like, the whole time.
And she freaking loves grammar. And I get that, you know?
Yeah. I wish I understood grammar in that way.
Yeah.
But I can't. It'll never be me.
It'll never be you. And that's why copy editors exist. So that you don't have to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I will say, in high school, there's this picture that my mom still has, and I see it when I go to her house. And it's always like, oh my God. Yeah. I struggled with foundation color for a long time.
Girl,
I'm getting
a lifelong journey.
Slightly more tan now. I have a range of tones.
She's got a range.
Yeah.
She's got range.
I got range. Okay. And whenever summer comes around, I have to get a different foundation,
of
or
course.
I finally have it a little more dialed in. But in high school, I didn't understand that at all. And I'm so pale in this picture where I'm wearing a choir dress, or it was right before a recital. And I just am but my skin is I look like a vampire.
She became a ghost that day.
I did.
Oh. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have so many ugly pictures in choir dresses, and I have so many ugly pictures of me with mismatched foundations, so you're in good company.
Yeah, thank you for understanding.
You're so welcome.
The plight.
I get it. I see you. I hear you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So when Drew Barrymore's character, Josie, is describing how she's never really been kissed. She's like, I've kissed guys, but I've just never felt that thing, knowing that. And I'm like, you should be kissing girls.
Oh, yeah.
She was describing it, I was like, try kissing girls.
I think you either might be fully gay or bi.
She's
at the very least, you're bi.
At the very least, she is on that spectrum, and she's like, I'm just, it's just these guys, they just don't do it for me.
These losers.
Yeah, I've just never had that feeling, and I'm like, you could find it.
I would maybe think that if she wasn't so fully head over heels for people like Guy. Her character does confuse me. I do think that she should try kissing girls, but I'm like, is she? Or is she just have a lot of unresolved she has this complex of I have to. I mean, that is the whole premise of the story, is a woman with a weird complex about high school because she was bullied, and she's got to she's getting a second chance at life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this movie is so wrapped up in it's so hetero in so many ways. We're
so aggressively hetero.
Where you're like, I have to be approved by this man.
Yeah.
And I have to change myself in whatever way to make that happen.
Yeah.
And that is like how love is sold many times over and over.
Yeah. And self-worth
yeah.
is sold. I mean, the moment that this guy, who I'm sorry, but he didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
He was not really
This guy doesn't do it for me.
Guy, he did not do it for me. No tea, no shade to that actor, who, by the way, again, is probably 40 years old now. I'm not being creepy. Yeah. But I noticed when in the beginning of the movie, we're establishing that she is a woman who is redoing high school and doesn't know what she's doing. He walks in and she immediately is like, it's Billy. It's Billy. It's the person who never gave me the validation that I needed. Yeah. And now I'm going to seek it from this 17-year-old girl.
Which, so yeah, a lot of, and many sentences you're going to say, it's just, that's the reaction. Like,
yes.
So, bleh. Yeah, I know. It's like the wanting approval from people, which is a, like theme in the pilot I wrote with my friends. Like, that I think never goes away.
Right.
That like, I just want people to like me, and a lot of times one specific person that you think you have a crush on, but really you have nothing in common with, and it would never work out in real life.
Right, they're just the gatekeeper of your self-worth.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's this clip, I don't know if you know who Mono Neon is.
I don't know.
So he's such a great musician, and like got like popped off, I think, because of his transcriptions of vocal audio. Oh. And there's this one of a podcast with, I don't know the second guest. I've been meaning to look up who she is, but it's Snoop Dogg and this other I think artist.
Okay.
And
artist,
he like transcribed this audio of Snoop Dogg being like, if they don't like, if someone doesn't want to fuck with you, like fuck them, like whatever, like hang out with people that support you. And
love that.
Yeah, it's just like such a great message, and it's a really great song, actually.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'll put a link in the show notes.
Put a link in the show notes.
But link below in the show notes. Wow, that's so beautiful. I think we all need to hear that every now and again. That like, you just let go of that person who is gatekeeping your self-worth. Like, how many times for me in dating have I been like, my entire sense of self is hinging on whether or not this person texts me back in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I grew up watching movies like this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. But again, it's still perfect. Still a perfect movie, even though it doesn't hold up at all.
It's a part of our culture. It's a part
hetero culture.
Yes. The like American like whatever. And there's the multiple movies like this.
Of course.
Obviously. She's All That.
Oh yeah.
That's the only one I can think of right now.
But it is exactly that. Yeah. 10 Things I Hate About You. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good one. I mean, they do show, I mean, she's like a cool feminist, but like still her, like, the resolution of the movie is not like, oh, she discovers who she is. It's like, oh, she is now with Heath Ledger and everything's okay. You know?
Yeah, it's never like, maybe I need to be single for a while so I can find myself and then I'll be ready, but also I don't have to be ready for anything or anyone.
Right.
Maybe I just want to work on my career. And what is even a career? Okay.
Right. What is a career?
What do I do with my life? And what do I do with my life?
Could you tell me, actually? Please?
Help.
Help. This movie really shouldn't have been called Never Been Kissed. It should have just been called Never Been a Reporter.
Never been a real reporter. Never been able to hold my cool.
Yeah, like literally never been cool.
Yeah.
But because like the thing is that when you hear the title of this movie, you think, oh, this is a woman who's never been kissed. Which is also not true.
So much more interesting.
But she has been kissed, just not in the way that she is wanted to be kissed.
Yeah.
And so it's not, I mean, the entire premise of the movie is like, oh, okay, so she's never been kissed. Therefore, that's the tension. And so the resolution would be she gets kissed. And that's what happens
Yeah.
ultimately, is like at the end of the movie, she gets the kiss that she's always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It's shocking. It's not from a woman, but it is from her former teacher.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be really
Who
cool.
would it be? It couldn't be Aldous because that's inappropriate also, but like maybe Molly Shannon?
I think that would have
instead
been
of Molly
really
and
fun.
John C. Reilly
Yeah.
getting together. It's
Yeah.
really like, yeah.
It's really the two
Molly
of them.
shows up in the baseball field.
And she's like, it's always been you.
All those times I was telling you how frustrating my dating life was, and then you're like, I've never kissed anyone that I've like.
I got that little idea in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, so she's never been kissed. I mean, that's like, but when I say kissed, I mean like in italics, like she's never been kissed.
Yeah.
And by the end of the movie, she gets kissed. But it establishes that this movie is really about like, she's never gotten the kind of affirmation from a man that she's wanted. Yeah. She's never had like exciting romance and therefore had excitement and worth in her life. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the movie, she gets it.
Yeah.
It's not the whole like, she is taking risks in her career and she's moving into her new skill set and gaining confidence and like all of this stuff. That's just like the set dressing, you know?
Yeah, I think if they're, so you know how Sex and the City had and Just Like That, but that was like all wild and it's super funny, but the way that they addressed everything in that show. But if this had a sequel, it would be never had fulfilling sex, maybe. Because like she'd never been kissed, and then after dating him, I bet they would have a boring sex life, or just like, you know, getting stuck in the patterns of repetitive
hetero
routines.
Yeah.
And like, you know, then we could have a movie about her exploring sexuality. And
I would love
be super
that.
Fun.
She could say, look, I need to be single for a while, find myself, focus on, you know, developing myself sexually.
What are sex toys? What can you do?
This woman, I wish that we could have told her, girl, try out a sex toy.
Try out a vibrator.
Try out a vibrator. You will never feel like you've never been kissed ever again.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She needed that. She is very relatable, though, because first of all, she wears gaucho pants and they're very comfortable, and she tells everybody that, and I get that. Yeah. We've all gone through a gaucho pants phase. Yeah. And she's just a clumsy little bitch who doesn't know if it's Kirsten or Kristen or, you know, she doesn't know how to pronounce it, and haven't we all been there? Yeah. You know?
Always.
It's always a mix-up. One part that, of course, doesn't age well is when she is introducing herself to Guy, and she's acting like a dweeb, and she's just like, ha, 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 you're a guy.
Oh, bikes.
Yikes, bikes. And he's like, are you in special ed?
Yeah.
And everyone is like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Imagine if she was like, yes, I'm in special ed. He probably would have been like, well, fuck you, R-word.
Probably.
Like, he probably would have continued to make fun of her. It wouldn't have been like, oh, well, in that case, I'll cut you some slack and not give you such a hard time.
Yeah.
He probably would have bullied her equally, if not more.
I believe that. Yeah. But that's how that would have ended.
Probably.
Yeah, what the heck? That little joke. That joke that wasn't a real joke.
It's not a real joke. No one's going, ha-ha.
Yeah.
Except for those bitchy girls.
There was my brother always like fills me in on random news every day, and I kind of love it. Like, I'm just like, wow, what the heck? Apparently, I think maybe at Disneyland, this like older man in his 40s was making fun of a girl with Down syndrome, and was like harassing her, and then her brother like beat him up, and then when people came up to be like, what's happening, he tried to be like, oh, I'm the victim, they're beating me up.
Oh my God. And everyone was like, no.
I'm like, no, you got what you deserved, and like
actions
there's
have consequences.
Evidence of you being an asshole. Like, why do people have to be this way?
That's so sad. Yeah, but honestly, that brother, slay. We love him. We love him. Brothers,
good job.
Learn from him. If you are a brother,
Brother.
Okay, brother. Be like him.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that also confuses me is that she doesn't change her name. Josie doesn't change her name to go undercover. I know that this is the this is a time when it wasn't as easy to find people.
Yeah.
But it would have taken one quick trip to the library for her nerdy friends to figure out who she is.
Yeah. Josie Geller.
Josie Geller, she should have used a fake name.
If they had Facebook, which I don't think existed.
No, it did not exist.
They could have just looked her up on Facebook.
They would have been like, this chick is weird. Where did she actually come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josie. I'm not Josie Grossi anymore. I did really vibe with that scene.
Yeah.
I think I have said that in my room when my parents were gone. I was like, I gotta let this out.
You're not Josie Grossi anymore.
Yeah.
I
should do that like today because like I actually feel that way now.
You know what? Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
Gabby,
okay.
Repeat after me. I am not Josie Grossi.
I'm not Josie Grossi.
Say it again.
I'm
Say
not
it with
Josie Grossi.
Say it with confidence.
I'm not Josie Grossi anymore. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
That was healing. It was beautiful to see. Thank you for letting me witness it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
I'm never gonna live this down.
No, everyone's gonna be proud of you
Really?
because you're not Josie Grossi.
Oh my god, thank you.
You're welcome. So her brother, so David Arquette. Here's the thing. So Drew Barrymore, she has a little bit of a baby face. So even though she does look like a grown woman, she is, for a teen movie standards, passable as a teenager. David Arquette looks like 35.
Yeah.
He is not passable as a high schooler.
His armpit hair is just fully there.
Too full for him to be in a high school setting.
Yeah.
But, you know, we suspend disbelief for movies like this.
Yeah.
But immediately when he gets there, he's like, wow, look at all these underage hotties. And the guy in the van who is Josie's coworker.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly why he has like this FBI surveillance van for her undercover story.
It's pretty intense.
But immediately he's like, wow, look at the butts on those underage girls. Like there is an undeniable theme of, wow, underage girls
are hot.
And it's okay to be attracted. Like, you can look, but don't touch.
Yeah,
that was the attitude.
Like, goes back to, I mean, obviously that goes back to way far away.
Far.
But, like, there's that Seinfeld episode where they're, like, looking at that executive's teenage daughter's boobs.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can look, but you can't let anyone see you look. It's like, no, those should not be the rules.
And also, it's... I mean, we should have known that if Jerry Seinfeld was teaching us what's appropriate and what's not with underage girls, that we were probably in some trouble as a society.
There will be a docuseries followed up on Unfrosted called Underage Girls. Yeah. On the Unfrosted edition.
Link in the show notes for our fundraiser.
Yeah. Also, we're not plugging that movie.
No.
This is not. Damn it. He got us again.
They always do that. Oh, God. Oh, also another example of just like frustrating sexism is when they go to the Ozzo Motley concert and Josie's teacher is there with his girlfriend and she's just painted as a total bummer. Why? Because she's age appropriate and has a career
and wants
or something
standards. It's like, also, maybe you need to also find someone else to date who likes going out and dancing and blah blah blah. That's a snapshot of who that person is. Maybe they're not compatible, but also it's totally fine to want a man that's not attracted to 17-year-old girls.
It's kind of okay to have standards. Like this, there is this moral value given to this man who is spending it's even a weeknight. It's a school night. It's a work night for him at the same place where his students go out and drink and like, do a little drug, do a
little drug or two, drug here, drug there, drug everywhere.
A little this, a little of that, a little Ozo Motley on the stage, and and she doesn't want to do that, and it's like, wow, what a bitch.
Yeah,
she sucks.
Yeah.
And like, I like to go out dancing too. I don't really want to like spend all of my time with someone who's like, oh, it's really loud here.
I've been in those moods. I've met people and not made a good first impression either, because I might be with someone that's really talkative and then I'm not necessarily always really talkative.
Yeah.
And I just want to like hang out with the person that I came here with.
Yeah.
And not meet high school students.
And not run into his like, he should have said, oh, my students are here, let's leave.
Yeah.
That's like a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
Oh my God, I don't want my students to see me.
Yeah. Like, this is weird. They're all like drinking and dancing on stage.
Yeah.
Hitting the bongo, hitting their bum. It was kind of funny to see her let loose, though.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's like you get to see that person kind of letting their guard down and having a good time. It is funny that drugs had to do that. Hopefully, some people, I like drugs. Drugs are cool, but don't quote me on that. And, and don't send that to high schools, but,
no, definitely not.
I'm just like anti-drug anti-drug campaigns.
No one should have sex till they're 25, but you should do drugs.
I'm just saying, it helps.
Yeah.
But also, it's good to get in a place where you don't have to do drugs to get loose.
Of course. Yeah, we wanted to see her bang the bongos and bang her bum.
Yeah.
Without having to do drugs. But also, okay, I wish that she would have known that she was taking drugs. Like, she eats a weed brownie and it's clear she's like naive. She doesn't know that it's a weed brownie. She just thinks it's like a delicious piece of chocolate cake.
Yeah.
So, we don't love that she like had to get high without her, that she had to get dosed basically to like let her guard down. Yeah. But it was still nice to see her do some of that work with the boa and get up on stage. And like all of them, like 25 members of Ozo Motley are like, yeah, good for you, girl.
Yeah,
like
splits.
they don't say like, security, get her out of here. They're like, this woman needs this. She really needs this.
Therapy.
This is therapeutic. She's obviously, she has a lot of unresolved trauma from her youth. She needs this.
Yes. I mean, I used to get down like that and be like, I'm so fucked up right now. And I feel like I have those moments just now being sober.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, someone will be like, are you high? I'm like, no, like, I'm just like this now.
wish I could say yes, but I'm not. But that's because we are well-adjusted adults who can do our thing and let people know that we're having fun. And for people to say, good for her.
Oh, good for her.
Good for her.
I'm really happy for her.
That's what everyone's saying, because everyone's talking about us.
Yeah, obviously. In that voice.
Duh.
Look at her go.
Look at her. Wow. Did she eat a weed brownie or what? And the answer is no, we didn't. Okay, so when David Arquette comes to help, he eats an entire tub of coleslaw, and that is how he wins the affection of the entire school. And everyone comes up to him and is like, wow, you're so hot. And he still has coleslaw on his face.
And he's like...
And I thought that was disgusting. I thought that was so gross, and it did not seem like something that was actually cool in high school.
No, but great for a montage.
A perfect for a montage.
The up and up. Perfect montage moment. Yeah. Definitely in real life, I would be like, what is all of these people are unwell?
And they are also. Okay, so then comes the scene where the teacher goes on the Ferris wheel with Josie. Oh. And he's like, oh yeah, here's all this stuff about my personal life. I shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff with you. And it's like, okay, self-awareness, now do something. Mm-hmm. And then he says, when you're my age, guys will be lined up around the block.
Yeah.
She says, you have to say that because you're my teacher.
I like how you're reading. Sorry. The way you're reading this is like an actual, like, we're in a courtroom.
Yes, this is me reading the
lawyer being like, and then he said,
and Josie,
take your blouse down.
And then he said, 17-year-olds are just my type. Wow. If only you were a 25-year-old who looked 17. Just kidding. He didn't say that, but that was the subtext. But then he does say, I shouldn't say that because I'm your teacher. And I'm like, again, pretty obvious. Self-awareness.
The fact, it's not any worse or whatever because he's self-aware, but it is kind of like, yo, you're literally saying, like, I shouldn't be saying this.
Yeah.
I should not be saying this.
doing it.
So why don't you, it's like, actions speak louder than words, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's almost like the screenplay acknowledges this is inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's like, so then why are we making it okay? Like, we're acknowledging that we know as adults that this is inappropriate behavior.
Yeah.
So why are we framing it like...
I think it's a great snapshot in time. Whatever reason, I don't know who wrote this movie, but you know, like Harvey Weinstein being at the top, all those people like being able to do whatever they want. Yeah. Everybody knows it's not right. Everyone knows it's inappropriate. Everyone knows that, like, there's probably trauma happening. Yeah. Not probably. There's trauma for sure. But it's happening anyways. Yeah. It's continuing. Going on, and that is like a snapshot in time, and then like following that there's a whole different era. So,
and I think that they kind of leaned into like the forbidden love type thing. They're like, ooh, it's hot because it's like the age discrepancy, you know?
Yeah.
Blech.
We can do that with role play, but not underage role play.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Consensual role play between adults.
Adult role play.
Yeah.
You can be you can be a vampire if you want.
You could.
You can be a furry. But you have to be over 18.
Or 25 because that's the youngest.
Because I declared earlier.
Yeah. Yes,
that
as
your brain's
we declared.
not fully developed.
I don't know that my brain is fully developed yet in some ways. I'm turning 30 in a couple of months.
Welcome.
Oh my God, thank you.
Great.
I know it's going to be great, and I'm ready for my brain to fully develop. Yeah. I think. Finally. Fucking finally.
It's like Sabrina the Teenage Witch for your brain, and you won't have powers.
Yeah.
You have different kind of powers.
Exactly. I'll have wisdom. Yeah. And, you know, who can put a price tag on that? Priceless. The popular girls look at a skeleton and they say only water and X-Lax until prom. Damn.
Yeah.
Real late 90s, early 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
Real bummer there. And I mean, it's like the way that it's framed is like, haha, these girls are so vain that they want to be really skinny. And it's like, well, that was what they were being told.
That was culture. That was
that was like, this is sad. This isn't like funny, haha. That bummed me out.
It is a bummer. I remember, I think the only magazine I ever bought. Yeah. I was like, finally, my mom said yes one time. Yeah. Or something.
You wore her down.
Yeah. And then
she was caught in a weak moment.
She was like, fucking fine. Yeah. God, my life is hard right now. Yeah. Like, get a fucking magazine.
She needed to get you to shut up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was a lot of weight loss stuff and like how to please a man.
Yeah, truly.
I think there might have been a blowjob article in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then I like probably looked up how to do blowjobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry.
I was like, you don't use a blow dryer? No.
Wait, what? I remember reading a lot of stuff about like how to incorporate ice cubes into. Yeah. I remember like reading articles and being like, I think grown-ups use ice cubes a lot in their sex.
In their sex, yeah.
Yeah.
Like throwing them. No.
Ow. Throwing them up and doing a little. And then instead you just choke on ice.
Yeah.
But eventually it will melt and you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be
The
fine.
safest thing you can choke on is nice.
Oh, so gross. So David Arquette goes on a PR campaign for his sister, which is really effective. She comes up with a new prom theme meant for each other, right. Famous couples throughout history. Yes. And you know what is really funny to me is that like prom themes were not really a big deal for our high school. Like I don't even remember what the theme was, but these kids, like, it's more like a Halloween party theme. Like they dress up according to the theme. They're not wearing traditional prom clothes. Right. They're wearing like costumes. And I'm like, is that what people used to do? I don't know.
I don't know either, but it was just regular
old prom.
Wear something nice.
Right. So anyway, but I like that they did it for the movie. Obviously, it was a lot more.
That was so fun.
Exciting. Yeah.
I will say I was obsessed with this movie as a kid.
Obviously.
I don't know.
Me too. I was like really into this movie.
Yeah. And then you watch and you're older and you're like, yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah. But everything from like the costumes, the set design, some of the camera work.
Yeah.
And, like it is very fun.
Yeah.
And
it
makes you feel special.
Yeah.
And that's what like I love themed things as an adult.
Yeah.
Because you're like, we can make this happen and we can like have these special moments where we're like, let's do something silly and fun.
We really can. Now that we're adults, we have like more permission to do that. Everyone, if you're listening, throw a themed party. Okay?
Throw a themed party.
Have a blast.
Do it.
Famous couples throughout history was a fun one. I liked that. And we get more montage of the teacher and Josie, you know, having their flirtatious developments. Yeah. They're throwing paint at each other. They're giving each other looks. Yeah. He's like, look at this record collection, which was so classic.
It is kind of classic, dude.
To be like,
to be honest.
CDs? No.
Yeah.
Look at these records.
Look at my VHS tapes.
I am so much better than everyone.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
You're not going to believe this.
The Godfather.
And if you don't like it, it's because you just don't understand.
Yeah. Marlon Brando. My hero.
Yeah. And they've got the posters in their dorm rooms and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, many posters without frames.
I know.
I've been there.
Girl, I've been there.
It's really cool when you put your stuff into frames.
It is. It really takes everything from college dorm room to I'm grown.
Yeah.
I remember, so my friend and I were recently talking about how framed posters are so cool, and it makes it just like so easy to decorate a space when you have like cool framed posters, right? Yeah. But like poster culture is just not what it used to be. I remember when I was in college, there was this poster sale at the beginning of every year where like these people would like come in and they would bring all of these posters and you would just go wild.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time I saw a poster sale. You know?
I totally know what you're talking about. And I like just had flashbacks of like going to Walmart as a kid and like looking through the posters.
Through the like,
Yes. I might be wrong, but I think in the back of Mutiny, there's like some posters.
They do have some posters.
And that is like so cool to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I mean, they have a lot of older vintage stuff and stuff, but like that it's so fun. Yeah. It's like looking at t-shirts, but
yeah. Bring back posters.
Yeah.
Let's make posters really cool again.
Poster art.
Yeah. I mean, I am curious, like, listeners weigh in. Do you have posters at your house? Are they framed?
Yeah.
If they aren't framed, they should be.
They should be.
Unless you're in college, in which case, don't worry about it. So Gary Marshall, the editor-in-chief, who I'm obsessed with. I love him being like the like grouchy, ruthless.
Is this John C. Reilly's character or the one that assigns the case?
The one who is assigning the.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, Gary Marshall is. I don't know the character's name, but that's the actor's
The actor.
name.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he also, so Gary Marshall is mostly a director, and he did like the Princess Diaries
oh my god.
yeah, he did a lot of rom-coms, but he's
That's hilarious. That was another movie. Wow.
yeah, wow. Glow
Sorry.
Up Girl movie.
I'm
Wow.
just having flashbacks.
But she does actually find herself at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, what was I just saying? Gary Marshall. Okay, so he's like, everyone's fired if they don't do what I say. And I just thought he was so funny, and I loved him. And he's like, okay, Josie Grossi, you have to write a story about this teacher and how close is too close. And I was like, yeah. How close is too close?
Yeah.
This is certainly too close.
It would be a better article for, like, actually something that's, like, blowing the lid on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be actually interesting.
Yeah.
And you would actually have to go undercover to tell that story.
Yeah, you would. Right.
Yeah.
You
this is
be
Dateline
baiting,
now.
yeah.
To Catch a Predator.
Exactly.
This is...
Basically it is.
Yeah.
I did think it was funny that the whole reason this initial story happened was he was like, I was sitting at home with my family and we were eating dinner. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wait.
He's like, my kid has a peanut allergy. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
So we're sending you to high school. I love when he comes in. He's like, a lot of these story ideas come from my personal life. I'm like, oh man, this editor-in-chief with his ego, I love him. He's so funny.
But he's like, I can't connect to my family.
Yeah, he's like, please tell me how to have a vulnerable conversation with my
someone
son.
else instead of really what he needed was like, can someone help me talk to my
my kid?
My kid.
Ask him like what are his allergies,
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. Okay, so then everything kind of starts going to shit when she goes to the prom. The teacher is looking at her longingly and is like, you look beautiful, and they're dancing, and he's like, I feel like I'm dressed for my wedding. And then she disconnects her camera in the nick of time to save, and then she saves her friend from her big, like, Carrie moment.
Yeah, dog food.
So sad. And those kids didn't get in trouble, it seemed.
Yeah.
They really should have been reprimanded for that. I needed justice.
Well, it's the bully culture, and it's fine because they're the popular kids, and
of course.
Maybe not. Maybe though their parents are heavily involved with the school and have donated money, and they don't get in trouble for anything. But
that's likely, I would say.
Yeah.
So then she does like the big reveal, and she's like, look, it won't matter what you're like in high school when you grow up. And it's like, well, clearly it matters to you, because that is the premise of this whole movie. Yeah. Is that you are still trying to heal these wounds from high school. So I didn't believe her when she said high school, it won't matter who you were in high school. Because I'm like, can't say the same for you.
It really matters.
Yeah.
I think I didn't really like who I was in high school, like looking back. Yeah. And that's just because we don't know what we're doing. Yeah. And we're just like constantly making mistakes.
Yeah. And you're like constantly trying on new personalities to see like what people are going to like. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what someone like Guy is going to like.
Someone like, you're trying to impress people. Yeah. It's like if I could actually go back, I would just do things that are fun for me. Yeah. And then hopefully meet people that I have more in common with. Yeah. By doing those things that are fun for me, which is what I do in my life now. And then you end up making friends that you have a good time with.
Yeah, and you enjoy life.
Yeah, and you don't have to impress all the time.
Right.
But they will just be impressed by you.
Because you are impressive.
That's right.
That's right. Dear. So then everyone's mad at Josie, and including her brother, who's like, you ruined my baseball career. And the whole baseball career subplot was so funny. It's like, 2 days before the scouts were gonna see me. I'm like, what are they gonna say when they find out that you're like 35?
Right.
They're not gonna like that.
That one bad case of mono.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
That's all it took?
Yeah.
To destroy all of his dreams?
Yeah.
Fuck. So, she like has this redemption moment where instead of doing a really interesting expose on the relationships between teenage girls and their teachers, she does a story that's like, she kind of has this Carrie Bradshaw moment where she's like, and just like that, I realized it was about me finding myself.
Yeah.
And the entire city of Chicago was like, wow, that's amazing. Good for you that you professed your love and apologized to this man.
Yeah.
She apologizes?
Groveling.
For what? He should be apologizing to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then everyone's cheering for them as they kiss on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah. I do like the spin, the camera spin.
I did too. That was really fun. I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely meh. Like on the message.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. It's like if you go undercover as a high school student and your teacher has an inappropriate relationship with you, you should apologize and then kiss him.
Yeah. I'm like, if it were today, maybe Josie could have just gone to a Shakespeare meetup.
Yeah.
And then met someone who also likes Shakespeare and literature and maybe other things, because I don't know anything else about her personality.
She likes calculus.
Calculus, right? The denominators, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe...
I liked them. I liked the denominators.
I loved that.
I was like, I remember when I first watched this movie thinking like, oh, I hope the rest of the movie's just like this. Like her just like montage. Finding her friends and like just a montage of her like doing really well at these math tournaments and like the cheesy like math music in the background. That's what I really wanted this movie to be, was like this girl goes back to high school, is just as nerdy as she was and realizes that she can find fulfillment in that. And then writes an expose on a teacher who has an inappropriate relationship with her.
And just discovers. Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. Because like he was attracted to her from the first day. So she really didn't have to become popular to get that story.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
She could have just had fun with her friends.
That was for herself to prove that
Yeah.
that she could do it and get there.
Exactly. And of course, John C. Reilly was like, you will be friends with these people. Everyone's writing about where the high schoolers are partying, which, again, I love in movies from this era when they show, like, what is the hot new story on the press?
Yeah.
And it's always something that would never garner attention. Like, did you know that high schoolers are partying?
Yeah. What would the real articles be?
What would they be?
Did you know that you can make friends that really care about you?
It's beautiful.
I would get a denominator sweater. I really liked their sweaters.
I really liked them too. I was just thinking about how I really want like a cool crew neck sweater.
Yeah. So maybe we should just...
Let's make that.
They probably have it on the internet.
Yeah,
probably. They have everything
Etsy,
on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll find that.
Yeah. The next time you see me, I'm going to be in a denominator sweater in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
next
sweating.
time you see me, I'm going to be ringing a little bell saying, I solved the equation.
Yeah. Amazing. I can see it now. I'm climbing up a flight of stairs to get to you ringing the bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
And I'm like...
I'm so sweaty in my denominators crew neck.
I really shouldn't have worn a long sleeve under this.
No kidding. But you know, I think it's gonna be a look.
Yeah, it'll be a look. The new look is dewy. That became a thing.
Yeah.
Matte in that movie, it's matte makeup.
That's
you don't want to see any pores.
Nope.
You don't. There's no natural anything going on.
Nothing.
But just now, dewy.
Dewy.
Sweat.
Yep. Exactly. Sweat.
Challengers.
It's challengers.
Oh my God, Zendaya's skin was so dewy.
Yeah. It was I was dewy
like,
as fuck. I know. It's hot. dewy skin.
It's hot.
It's in.
Yeah.
Sweat a little, everybody.
And short shorts.
Yep. The
tennis shorts.
Yeah, the tennis shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was, I mean, a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, think what? The movie?
The movie.
Yeah. I was like, this?
This is also a blast. Don't
This
worry,
is
we're
who
not
I
done.
am. Constantly misreading situations.
Constantly
like,
seeking attention from everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a pain to be around. Challengers was a blast.
Yeah.
Did you see Love Lies Bleeding?
No, not yet.
I loved that movie
so
much.
Okay.
And then I looked up the director, Rose Glass,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a movie called Saint Maud.
Okay.
And that movie like creeped me out.
Oh.
It was cool. It was like
good creepy?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
cool.
I think she tends to make horror. And
Okay, cool.
I feel like Love Lies Bleeding was it was a horror, but there's definitely more comedy in there.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
what was it? What was the other movie called?
Love. Oh.
No. The
Saint Maud.
Saint Maud. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, Love Lies
Bleeding. Link in the show notes.
Yeah. Just like, what am I?
Yeah.
Just talking about projects I like.
Yeah. And
People.
we just and we love that. We love supporting friends of the pod, including Love Lies Bleeding.
Yeah, friends of the yeah.
Yeah.
People that I
close personal friends.
close. Yeah, me and Rose Glass were close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know each other. We laugh. We get creeped out. It's fun. Okay, so I want to end the episode with a game called Cancel or Callback.
Ooh,
and
okay.
This is where listeners send us trends from the past, and you and I have to discuss if they should be canceled forever or if we should call them back. We have been asked this week to discuss the phrase, or rather just the word, cowabunga.
Ooh.
Cancel or callback?
This is hard because it actually has a really sentimental
Stop it. We have
yeah.
a cowabunga backstory.
Yeah, I grew up in Imperial Beach, California.
Oh my God.
It's in San Diego County.
Uh-huh.
There was an ice cream shop called Cowabunga next to the pretzel shop that I worked at as a teenager.
No way. What was the pretzel shop called?
Pretzels and much more.
And what else did they have? Was there much more?
There was much more.
Oh.
And not nachos, paninis, soda.
Okay, that's...
And pretzels that had jalapeno cheese topping. It was all fresh. I actually got interested in cooking through that shop because I would bake the pretzels and I always had I think this one is from the scar is from baking there.
Oh my God.
I have a few baking scars.
I was gonna say you're such a cool chef girl with your baking scars.
One time I had a sheet pan fall onto my neck because I was I'm pretty short and the oven was so high.
Oh my God.
And I was like, no, and then I was like, ah, and then I put it down and I was like, didn't even drop the product.
You're amazing.
Anyways, maybe we keep it. What is it?
Cowabunga?
Yeah. The ice cream shop was so cool.
Yeah.
Both French people who owned it.
Cool.
They were so cute. And
I love that.
Yeah.
So you had pretzels and much more, but they didn't have ice cream. So thank goodness they had Cowabunga next door. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's bring it back. I love that you have sentimental value with that word. I don't know that anyone else could say the same, but maybe they do.
Maybe every answer on this is going to be just as long as that one. It's actually... My imaginary friend was named Fred.
Actually, my imaginary friend was named Cowabunga. And much more.
And much more.
And much more.
There were these cute... The cows were on surfboards because it was by the beach.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's too cute.
There's a lot of really cute things that you can do with ice cream shop names. And I really like that they did what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visionaries.
Yeah. All right. Well, shout out Pretzels and More, right? That's what it was called?
Oh, Pretzels and Much More.
Pretzels and Much More. I'm so sorry. Pretzels and Much More. Friends of the pod.
Yeah.
Is it still open?
It's not. I talked to him recently. He actually just I was checking Facebook for something. I don't use it very much.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe my green light was on. I tried to turn those off, but
sure.
sorry, side note after this. I think I have ADD. Anyways,
you probably do.
I probably do. He Facebook message called me.
No.
And I answered it and I was like, Mark? And then he was
Oh.
like, Gabby, it's been such a long time.
Oh my God.
And we caught up and he's like, I don't have the shop anymore. My son has a house in Lakewood, so maybe someday I'll go there.
Oh my God, you have to see him and much more.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it.
That is so sweet. What's he up to now though? Is he like
he found love at the age of, I mean, he has a son, so obviously it was maybe with someone before, but he was single when I worked for him, and I think maybe like 5 years later found someone that ran the shop with him for a while.
Love and much more.
Now, yeah.
Coworkers and much more.
And much more. You can always add much more to anything.
And I'm going to do that incessantly. It's going to be so annoying for everyone around me, but I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
Well, Gabby, this was a blast and much more.
Oh my gosh.
It really was. This was a blast. I'm not just saying that to give you the validation that you need for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
I mean it.
This was very, very fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. And listeners, don't forget to support Gabby's project. It's going to be a really fun pilot, and you're going to find locations real soon.
We will. Paranormal. Yes. We're trying to lock down the mall part. And it's, I think we got one, but
okay, cool.
They got to message us back.
Yes, and if you are that mall, message Gabby back.
Please.
If you're a mall, just respond.
They said probably yes, but please give us that yes.
We need confirmation.
We need that overnight shoot.
Yep, we sure do. And so please message back. It's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere on the internet that you want people to follow you?
Yes, my Instagram is at shishgabab, SHISHGABAB. I have a website, gabbygr.com. Has more information on paranormal.
Cool.
And I'll probably have the fundraising campaign up on there.
Great.
And, yeah.
Do you have any shows coming up or anything else that you want to promote for the people?
I'm excited to be on Dyktopia, but they sold out because they always sell out.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think this will be out by then. I'm really excited to do Union Hall in New York.
Cool.
With my group Firecracker Comedy.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
And maybe we'll be sharing footage from that eventually. And
great.
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting. Yay. All right, well, Gabby, come back real soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.